In New Orleans recently, on a mercifully not-so-hot day, actor Scott Bakula was basking in the Big Easy, where residents have welcomed him and the cast of NCIS New Orleans with open arms.
There's no place where I've ever been where people are constantly saying, how do you like my city?
Yeah.
How do you like in New Orleans? How you like in the city? How you like the food?
The city itself is as big a character as the special agent Bakula plays.
Easy. Put the gun down. Considering Katrina and the subsequent years and the rebuilding, I think you feel like, yeah, you want to. Everybody's rooting for New Orleans, and we're no different.
Oh boy.
He has hopped around a lot in his professional life. In the late 80s, he made a career out of it as the time-traveling Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap.
Anyway, here I am, bouncing around in time, putting things right that once went wrong, a sort of time-traveling Lone Ranger with Al as my Tonto.
It made him a household name and launched him on a television career that had him playing all sorts of roles, from the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
Can I be of help, Captain? Do you need a tow?
We still have weapons. You're not going to get this ship without one hell of a fight.
To the Scud Stud on Murphy Brown.
I brought you a little souvenir from the Medellin airport. My Spanish isn't what it used to be, but I think it's either a dried apricot or a human ear. Neat, huh?
But Bakula never really relished the idea of being TV famous.
And you keep your private life very private.
Yeah. For 100 million years, People magazine wanted to do interviews with me at my home. And I said, I can't. Where do you stop?
That's why we met him near his home, at Gracias Madre, a popular Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles. He's 61 now and commutes home from New Orleans every weekend to spend time with his second wife, actress Chelsea Field, and his 4 children.
You're somebody who is so well known, and yet you're not known for your personal life. You're not known for being in the tabloids. You're known purely for your work, and a lot of it, which is kind of remarkable these days.
That's what's wrong with my career, actually. You summed it up in one sentence.
If it all sounds a bit non-Hollywood, maybe that's because Scott Bakula didn't grow up in Hollywood. He was born in the Midwest, St. Louis to be exact.
My dad was a hardworking guy. My mom raised 3 kids, and we grew up kind of insulated.
It was at his Presbyterian church where the acting bug bit, especially musicals. He liked singing so much, he dropped out of college, where he was planning to be a lawyer, and headed for the bright lights of Broadway. Fingers crossed.
I went to New York to be an actor and hoped that I could, do stage work and be on Broadway and do musicals. I had to go to New York and see if I could make it.
And make it he did, eventually landing the lead role in the musical Romance, a performance that earned Bakula a Tony nomination.
Monday evening, the band played a polka, a new lively polka with a military air.
But then, a funny thing happened. Bakula bailed on Broadway and headed west.
People are like, what are you doing? You're starring in a Broadway show, and you're 6 months into the run, and you got a Tony nomination, and you're going to go back to LA. Why?
Why? To see if his musical chops on stage could get him noticed by Hollywood, even if that process is a little odd.
Nobody in LA goes to see the theater, but if they hear that you're good, then that's enough.
Is that true?
Maybe it's changed, but I can't tell you that. So, oh my gosh, you saw the show? No, but we heard it was great.
The word of mouth spread. What musicals exactly had to do with sci-fi shows like Star Trek or Quantum Leap is anybody's guess, but Bakula rose to the occasion and even found a way to squeeze in a little music when he could.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Yes, he not only sings, he plays too, especially the piano.
I'm not as good as I'd like to be.
But you still play quite a bit, though.
I do, but I'm a hack, especially in New Orleans.
A hack? Hardly.
See if I remember. Take care of the children of the world. They're the strongest hope for the future, little bitty boys and girls.
He's good enough that even in the middle of a police procedural, the writers have made room for Bakula to play.
makes the show a little different, a little unique, a little special, and make the world a better place.
Being on a show with some 15 million viewers and being immersed in the New Orleans music scene is for Bakula the best of both worlds.
I'm overwhelmed by not just being here, but in the history of the music, but the number of good players that are in the city.
He took us to the New Orleans Jazz Museum, where a piano used by legendary jazz and blues artist Dr. John is on display, which holds a special significance.
I've been in the right place, but been the wrong time.
Dr. John actually dropped by as a guest on NCIS New Orleans a while back, a perk that Bakula says you probably wouldn't get in any other city.
And he plays crazy, and he's telling you a story about getting his finger shot off, so that affected his playing for a while.
Music remains the single note that resonates through a career that has gone in every which direction. Whether he's a special agent, a friend of Liberace's, or just a man of a certain age, Scott Bakula has become a familiar face in the sea of faces that he's had the opportunity to play.
I've tried to do different things, and I think that that's kind of kept me alive and vital.
So is that the secret, you think, of your longevity, is just to keep trying to reinvent yourself?
Maybe. For however I present myself, I guess, and people's perception of me, I don't seem to be stuck in any kind of a creative rut. So, and I'm grateful for that, people that give me the chance to do that.